Hello, my name's Devin. Welcome back to my channel if you're new. Hi. Sorry I haven't posted in like 2 months. Let's just be honest, February was not my month at all, and I was sick through the whole thing, and I got a car accident. I'm fine now, but right now I'm sick, so sorry my voice sounds a little funny or off. I have a sore throat. Also, sorry for any background noise or the wind. I'm filming outside today. I really wanted to get this video filmed, what people with anxiety or depression would like you to know. And this will either be I came up with it, or other people helped, or it was I came up with it and people agreed. So this is just like everyone's opinion. If you have some, you can comment down below, but these are just things that, you know, maybe your friend won't tell you because they don't want you to know, or they're too embarrassed about. So these are for the people who want to know. First, I think the most basic or most questions I get is like, what does anxiety feel like? This is the best way I can describe it. When you are anxious or depressed, it feels like your heart is beating 100 miles per hour, your mind is running along with it, and it feels like you're suffocating and drowning all at the same time, and like weights are pulling you down and there's no hope kind of thing. Like you just want air and like relief, but you feel like you can't get that. For the next thing, I just kind of see this a lot, and this comes with the stigma part of it, is anxiety and depression is an actual, disorder. It's an actual illness, and I say this all the time because a lot of times people might misuse these terms, and they'll be like, oh, I feel really anxious, or I'm so depressed. But I feel like when you use the words anxious and depressed, it takes sad or worried to the next level. Not normal people, I won't say, but when like others say it, your peers, it makes you feel like, even though this is my true emotions, I feel like I can't use it. For you to watch out for, like, yeah, I'm not saying don't use those words. I'm saying of course you can use it, but with like the stigma, oh, I'm so anxious, or anyone saying like I'm so anxious, or oh, I'm so depressed, it kind of like generalizes it, meaning like, oh, anyone is anxious or depressed. So when someone comes out, they're like, oh, that's just the feeling, like it's not an actual thing. But no, it's an actual mental illness. And going along with that, some people do have to take medication, and I'm one of those people. I was really nervous about taking medications at first because of responses I got from friends. They would be like, oh, that's so cool, or oh, like, let me get some, just because the medication for anxiety and depression could also be misused for like uppers or downers, and I don't condone that at all. But I'm just saying, we don't want to be on medication. Honestly, like, for us, that's like the worst thing, and kind of what we feel is the last resort, because we feel like we need to take a pill to be somewhat normal. Like, I'm sorry if I keep looking down my phone. I just made a big long list on here too. One of the hardest things, well, two of the hardest things about anxiety and depression is, one, your journey and how you handle it. Like your thoughts, you won't be able to control your thoughts, and that's one of the hardest parts. And people also don't know, like, we can be the happiest person in the room, and then all of a sudden depression or anxiety can hit us like a buzz, and then we're just like, what just happened? Like, I was just so happy, I'm at a party, why am I feeling this way now? We don't ever know why. We can figure it out after the fact, but once we're in that state of mind, we can never figure out. And most of the times we just end up faking like, oh, we're happy, because we don't want to cause a scene. So a lot of times you will see people hiding their true emotions, and I feel like even as a teenager people do that. It just hits us, the wave of emotions, you're always going back and forward, back and forward. No, when you ask us like, you were just happy like 5 minutes ago, why are you sad now? Like, we don't have an answer for you. Like, you know, that's kind of just how our mind works, and we can't control our mind. And at some point we will be able to, but that comes with practice, and that's going to be one of the hardest things because your inner mind is dragging you down, and you're trying to tell yourself, no, you're none of these things, but it's a battle in your head that you feel like you can't let out. Also, another thing is that your journey is going to go up, down, forward, up, forward, back, all so many directions that you're going to have to learn to accept it. I'm saying this because I've gone through this for 2 years now, and I still always be like, why am I not better? Or I'll be like, just last month I was so much happier, so much better, and now I'm way back here. Like, why did I go back? But that's just gonna be your journey. Like, everyone needs to understand, like, just because you're doing well doesn't mean you're gonna keep on steadily go up. It's not like when you get over a cold or anything. It's a long process. We also feel like our problem is so little, or we don't want to burden other people with our problems because we're like, we should handle this ourselves, that we let it sit in our mind, which is the worst thing possible, but we let it sit in our mind and then it eats us away. I don't know why we do it. I can't even tell you because, well, I mean, I guess I can tell you because I do it because I don't want to tell my friends, because I don't want to make them feel any worse or make them feel like they have to take care of me. And that's another thing, like, friends don't feel like you have to take care of us. Like, we understand that's not your job. When we come talk to you, we just want someone to listen, because sometimes we don't want to talk to our parents, we don't want to talk to our counselors, we don't want to talk to our therapist, we just want to talk to our friend that we used to gossip about, so-and-so's dating this now, or, you know, oh, this kid's got in a fight. Like, you know, it's just the same thing, but, you know, your conversation's maturing. And I mean, yes, it can be a scary subject, but find the friends that you trust the most or you think can handle it. If not, I'm here. I'm willing to help anyone. Leave my Instagram and Twitter down below, and you can feel free to, like, DM me or something. Also, if you live in the Bay Area, or like San Jose specifically, me and this parent, we're gonna start a group to help, like, you know, kind of meetings where you can talk about your anxiety and stuff. I mean, it's like group therapy. I know that kind of sounds like, ew, like, who wanna go to that? But I'm your friend. Like, I'm just the normal teen. I'm going the same thing as you. Like, it's not gonna be weird like it is in those movies. Like, trust me, or it might be, but promise, I'm cool. At least I try to be cool. It's always bad. We're always expecting the worst just because that's just how we feel, because we've come to such a negative point in our lives where all we really see and think is the bad. So, you know, sometimes it can be really, like, negative and not the best people, but this one goes, I feel like every friendship, like, has gone through this. If, like, one of your friends was, like, had really bad anxiety, or like, not even anxiety, depression, just, like, sometimes you isolate yourself and your friend thinks you're ignoring them, but really you're like, no, sometimes it's just really hard to get out of bed. And that's another thing, we get perceived as lazy or we're lethargic, and that's because we are physically making ourselves sick by the way we think, because we end up forgetting to take care of ourselves. Like, we end up not sleeping, so then you get insomnia, and then you stop eating, or sometimes you can throw up. You know, you're just not taking good care of yourself. We stay in bed all the time because, you know, or we stay in our safe spot because that's where we feel safe. And even though our friends are like, oh, come on, and you want to be with your friends, like, oh, let's hang out, you're just like, you can try so hard, but you just can't. So it's not we're ignoring you, we're really trying. It's just sometimes it's a little hard. And I know you guys know that, but you know, just to clarify, no, we never ignore you. And it really helps when you guys do reach out to us. Like, it lets us know, like, people still care for us and all that. Because, you know, sometimes with the negative talk, with anxiety or depression, talking to yourself, you get convinced, oh, like, your friends don't want you because you're a burden. Like, no, that's not true. They wouldn't be your friends if that wasn't the reason why. So, you know, once they reach out, it's like, see, here's evidence to prove you're not being a burden. Anxiety and depression will not be the same for everyone. Or any mental illness like OCD, post-traumatic stress disorder, none of that will be the same for everyone. It can all be triggered for different things. It could have been genetics, it could have been from a really bad time that had happened. You could have gotten it for all many different reasons, and your journey and your story will not be the same as everyone else. It might be similar, but it will never be the same. And with the stigma also, it kind of gets generalized into this one thing. Oh, if you're anxious or you're depressed, you feel this, 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 and you throw up and you have headaches and you don't sleep and all this stuff. No, I mean, sure, that can be the general idea, but not everyone feels that way. Like, maybe this person actually sleeps. It's just like their anxiety is just really bad at school or something, or their depression got really bad because someone passed away in their life that was really important. Or not everyone's mental illness is the same, like the feelings, the symptoms, the journey. So that's one thing. Also, number two is, I just go over this so many times so people will understand this. We are mentally sick, yes, but we are so emotionally unstable and not functioning, may I state, that we get to a place where we are physically hurting ourselves, where we physically endanger ourselves, and that's why we physically get sick. And people are always like, that's why people always never think about, oh, they're just anxious or they're depressed when they first go to the doctors, because, you know, all these symptoms, oh, it can be a cold, oh, you just have the flu, or you have the stomach flu, because that's what happened to me before. But no, it was just because my anxiety was really, really bad that it was making my body lash out, even though it was from the mind, because your mind, if you think about it this way, your mind controls your whole body. So of course, if this is out of whack, my body's gonna go out of whack. And I just want to end off with, anxiety and depression will never define us. It is a part of us, but it doesn't define us. It doesn't define who you are. It doesn't matter. Doesn't do shit. It just a part of your life, something you have to deal with. It's just a little hiccup, but we'll all get through it, okay? We're all gonna make it, I promise. We're just gonna put one step forward, 1 foot forward, the other one forward. We're just gonna keep on walking, and soon we'll have a conga line. There you go. That's what I was thinking. So that was my video today. It kind of felt like I was ranting, but I wasn't. And these are just things, you know, or you know, maybe someone you want to know, or if you're curious what it feels like, you know, this is what it feels like, or how I feel about it. Sorry for background noise. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any video suggestions, leave them down below, or like I said, you can follow me on my Instagram or Twitter, and you can tweet them or DM me them. I'm really open to anything. I've had some ideas, but I've just been sick. I know these are mostly like friends and family watching, so thank you. I love all of you, and yesterday was my birthday, so thank you for all the birthday wishes. Maybe next video will be 16 things I've learned while being 16. Alright, bye guys.